25 years old. That was 33 years ago. It's quite a long time ago. Let me try and recall. But I think I wasn't very ambitious in the traditional sense as I was exploring.
Yeah.
I had just graduated. Came back from the States. I did
Came back from States.
yeah, from the US. I didn't make it to NUS, that's why. So anyway, I got myself a marketing degree because I think that's the thing to do. And then I wanted to stay on. So I went to do my MBA, and 3 semesters didn't fit me because I was too rock and roll.
Okay.
I mean, I was doing fine, but just too structured. And then so I always wanted to do fashion. And at that time I was waitering at night. But I made enough money to put myself through fashion school. But I was just thinking of how to tell my parents.
Okay.
Yeah, I had all these script, But when I called my mom, I said, Mom, I want to switch to fashion. Go ahead.
Okay.
I guess that was when I realized something, that if you really want to do something, you believe in it, and you've already done your part in, getting the whatever it is. So that worked out fine. And then I came back. I came back because I was too comfortable there.
Too comfortable.
Yeah, I was too comfortable because I was the youngest working in a restaurant.
Okay.
And quite a nice, cool restaurant.
Yep.
Then I had all these people who are aspiring to be actors and everything. They were already late 30s. And because the money was pretty good waitering in the 80s and early 90s, then there's no drive to go further. It's like, you just feel like you're in that state where it's good. It's good. I mean, I dream, but yeah, I see. I'll try and do some freelance and all that. But so I thought, okay, I'll come back to structured Singapore, and maybe if you do some good for me, work under a designer and all that. Yeah, but I still didn't really feel that I was that kind of 5Cs kind of guy. If you guys know what 5Cs are.
No, what is 5C?
You know what 5Cs are, right?
Why? What's 5Cs?
The condo, you must have the condo, the
Cash.
the cash, the car,
Credit card,
credit card,
condo, car,
yeah,
and country club.
club or whatever.
They don't know.
I think our 5Cs,
What? Careful.
Cafe.
considerate, coffee.
Coffee.
Yeah. So that was a very material pursuit. But for me, I don't have that kind of ambition. I mean, sure, I like nice things, but I never say I must reach this level and then I go to this, I climb. I was more interested in being who I am. I think I was just seeking that all the time. But I'm not speaking for a lot of my peers. I mean, even in the design field, they still want to climb. They want to make their name big and all that. So after 2 years, I became performance artist.
Performance artist.
Yeah. A bum. So I was I need to find myself. I felt after all that working, being a bit disillusioned that that even in the design world, you're still following a structure. You still have to.
Yeah. How old were you when you made that decision?
That was when I was about maybe 3 years after working, so I was already about 28.
28.
Yeah.
Yeah.
then,
That's when you feel like you want to go.
Yeah, I want to create something for myself rather than just or be able to express myself. And I felt like fashion wasn't enough because I like creating things. So then that was when I became that performance guy. But more to, I think, align and seek that kind of energy, with the artists. Yeah, I mean, if there's one thing that I would look back and say, do I want to advise? Is don't drink too much lah.
Don't drink too much.
Yeah, I think, and
I get too many ideas.
yeah, well, and also go to sleep lah sometimes. But I likely would not have listened to myself then also.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, but I think the one thing I look back is that I should not have given my energy so freely and easily to everyone. You know what I mean? I think I should actually sometimes think about myself first. Not in a selfish way, but I think because then you really know what exactly you're looking for instead of trying this and trying that.
Yeah. So your time was more spread widespread to
Yeah.
other.
Yeah, but it was also a time where people create like parties and clubbing and all that. It wasn't so much an institution. You pay, you usually find something to do. So it was more of a DIY, and everybody was that kind of, at least more into that expression thing.
What year was this again?
Well, I came 25 years old. I was 92, and then so this period extended until still in the late 90s.
Oh,
That
1980s.
1990s?
How old are you?
No.
I haven't born.
You haven't existed.
Yeah. Then I'm gonna sound like an old guy over here saying that when I was 25, that is like what, 3 years ago? But there was something that changed when I was 25. I think 25, I didn't feel like there was a need for me to connect with other people as well. I was the guy who hides behind closed doors, living under the rock. I didn't bother about trends. I didn't bother about a lot of stuff. I feel like my success can be very quiet. That's the key thing. I think I thought, or I initially knew that success can be very, very quiet, but then that's completely different as I aged. I realized that I have to be a lot louder. There needs to be a lot of declaration for yourself in order for you to pursue greater. I realize if I don't do that, I really lose all power when it comes to speaking or when it comes to wanting more. I also initially didn't think that. I think is the right term for it. Is this the right term? Like mediocrity was okay for me. I didn't want that, but I stood with it because it was easier. Just getting jobs and all of that. But things changed. I think the big hit was COVID. Then I'm like, oh no, this is not gonna work. So what do I have to do? And then now I'm forced out of my way to do more. Is it forced my way to excellence? Not really, but like since I'm already on that path where I have to do something bigger, I might as well make the best out of it. And I'm quite an introvert actually. Yeah, on camera.
Introvert.
Yeah, very introvert. But I think that is a lot of what youngsters will say. We are introvert, and you introvert, and people want to become. They say I rather not be an extrovert. I'm a very introvert person. I'm very shielded. There's a lot of walls. But I believe there's a way to still be introvert, but you need to become successful. Sometimes you need to step out of the introvert zone and really be an extrovert. Yeah. And that's what I mean by I have to be slightly louder. I never thought that I will start doing social media also, but now I have to because which business
Doesn't run.
doesn't run on marketing,
Correct, yeah.
And I think that's the key thing for me. I guess I have to be a lot louder for people who believe. I think for people who think that they can quietly become successful. I think they need to know the difference, especially if they're watching social media. A lot of them say, be quiet when you're trying to be successful.
Be humble.
Humble, yes. Be quiet. You can do it on your own. You can be a lone wolf when it comes to your one. Maybe a small business you can do that.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna run a very big business, there's no way you can do that. There's
No way can you work alone.
Yeah, there's no way you can work alone. And eventually, I started becoming more of a people's person. I try to obviously I have to run teams and all of that. I have to run trainings and all that. I have to cater trainings to people who were like me, who believe that introvert is fine. I shall do this. And getting them out of their comfort zone was always been my biggest challenge. But it got a lot easier after a while because the pattern is just to break them and then let's see how they go after that. So I think that's something that changed for me from 25. I think that took me a lot. Only about 2 years.
How old are you?
I'm 28, 3 years.
So much change in 3 years.
Yeah, so much change in 3 years. Especially if you have the right mentors to teach you and all of this, right? Some people like to be self-taught. Nothing wrong with that. But if you have a mentor, perfect. I think you're on the right path to a lot of stuff. But obviously find a mentor that has the things that you want. I don't find a mentor that, yeah, I have a lot of money in my bank, then after that doing other stuff with the money. That's technically not the thing that you want. You want the lifestyle that they have. You want the car that they have. You want the house that they have. And if you follow those mentor, then you're on the right track, I believe.
Even the 5 C's. The 5 C's.
That's the vice. See, you. Yeah.
25 years old. Wow, 25 years old for me. Whoa, a lot of things changed. There was,
That was how many months ago?
oh, that was like 4 months ago. Older than me, okay? Oh, shit. 4 years ago. Oh, 4 years ago. I was doing a lot of things. I was doing production. I was doing social media. I was working deliveries and stuff just to get some cash. At that point of time, yes, I was trying to do a business with one of our partner. He's a very good guy. Unfortunately, it didn't work out lah. But I learned a lot of lesson there. I learned a lot of lesson. You have to see what the person wants, and what I wanted from him wasn't enough lah. It was fun doing production, doing everything. As years goes by, like, I wanted more from 25 years old. I wanted more. I wanted to. I didn't want to work in a 9 to 5. That's the issue with me. I didn't want to work under a boss, but I didn't have the mentor to to actually guide me throughout that 4 years. 4 years. So I keep doing everything on my own. I did social media on my own. I opened a business which was doing social media. It was going good at first, but then I wasn't a people person. I wasn't a people person. So I did everything on my own. So I bought all the lights for myself. I bought the cameras, the lens, and everything. But I didn't have the idea to expand, because I was like, where do I get the money to pay the person? Where do I get this to do that? But actually, it was enough. Actually, when I think about it, it was enough for me to actually expand.
But it was greater if you had all the cash.
It was greater if I had all the cash. So it was like, never mind lah. I can do all this on my own. I can do it on my own. I do my own. Then suddenly there was a wall. Bam. This wall was the. It's either I hit through the wall or I bounce back lah. But unfortunately, I bounced back because, yes, I didn't have anybody to work with me. The client stopped working with me. And it wasn't because the content wasn't good. The things that I was working at. It's just because
Communication?
the money that they have wasn't there. Yeah, they didn't have the money to continue with me. So at the point of time, I was like, okay. And then suddenly this bugger called me, asked me to join a business. This bugger is the one beside me lah. This bugger is the one beside me. So yeah, so I was like, this MLM guy is gonna call me and gonna meet me and tell me, and I'm gonna say yes to him because he's a very good person, but good speaker. It's like, okay, so we met at this place.
Yeah. The irony was he initially joined me when I was, I think, I have not developed my business yet. I knew nothing about business. Yeah, when I was very new. And then he kind of dropped out like within the first how many months?
This one was the first part. I was talking about the second part.
The second part. So we're not going to revisit that. Okay, so he left and then I became president and then he eventually came back. So that was the funny thing. But yeah, I knew Zach to be the person that doesn't actually like to speak to people. Only up to recently. I think most of the things that why am I speaking on your behalf?
Sure.
Yeah.
Speak for him.
Yeah. So like initially, I think his initial problem was communication with clients and all of that. He does great shit, but like we all know that the transaction needs to happen from communication. I think transaction was always the problem for him, but that's not a problem now. I guess.
I got to learn from this business where communication is key. How you have to explain to the person how important the thing is for him or for her or for the business is very important. I lately started to do that kind of communication, and it's starting to get me to somewhere. It's a slow progress. Yes, everything is slow, but that progress must be one step further, one step further, one
Yeah,
step
okay.
further.
Instead of working alone, now you're working with people.
Yes, correct, correct. So what is the greatest thing that did happen in this 4 years is actually working with someone, trying to be, not be egoistic to work alone. You thinking that you can be the lone wolf, and you will get somewhere. But yes, it can happen, but it's like only like 1%,
Yeah.
1%,
You a good 1%.
a good 1% only.
Day trader.
Trader.
I have a question.
Yes.
You were new to the idea, to the business.
Yeah.
You introduced to him.
Yeah.
But although you didn't know much, he caught on to you.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
I previously before doing this business, I was actually an interior designer. I was the youngest designer salesperson in my cohort. I was forced to learn. The thing about me is similar to Zach. I've actually never technically other than my previous when I was younger part-time jobs like when I was 17, 16. Other than that part-time jobs, right, I actually never draw
Salary.
a salary before. I've done everything through commissions because I know myself actually very lazy. So when I was an interior designer, I was the youngest. I had everything. I needed to show what I had. I did not study interior designing, so I had to learn everything from scratch by my previous mentor. He's a very good guy. He taught me everything about interior designing, and I learned it from scratch. I think it took me 3-4 months to cram school that whole entire thing and then just understand how the flow of interior designing actually works. It's way difficult than I actually thought it was. But I became one of the best designers in that firm at the age of 21.
How long was this ago? 7 years.
7 years ago. 7 years ago.
Must always ask.
Yes, correct. At the age of 21, then I realized that, oh shit, I have a knack for this, it's good. So I had to learn how to pitch. They didn't teach how to pitch over there, obviously. Everybody is on their own. I had to compete with my colleagues on getting a sale in terms of how to stand out better than everybody else and all of that. And the number one problem was, I'm a 21-year-old or 20-year-old during that period of time, pitching the idea to renovate somebody who is a lot older than me, their dream house after waiting for so long to get their keys. And the money that they're holding is obviously not little. It's like what we're talking about on average 40K per renovation job, Who wants to trust a 20-year-old? So during that time, and I had to learn how to sound like this in order to get people's attention. So that was a skill that I actually learned.
Aura.
Yeah, the aura,
So yeah, aura and vibes.
Yeah. And then like initially it didn't work too. There was a few stoppage during that period of time. It didn't work. I had to change my name. Apparently, I don't know. Okay, I'm Malay. So I had to have an English name. So I have a lot more Chinese clients, And then they realized when I was talking to the contractors or whatever, they're like, hey, you can speak Malay. I'm like, yeah, I'm Malay. Then, but it was, I don't think it's, what do you call this? I don't think it's a race issue thing. Yeah. I think it's just that I believe there are a lot more Chinese business people out there. So I'm just trying to hop into that bandwagon with that idea. I was doing whatever was necessary for me to survive in that industry. And it worked. I learned a lot of stuff. I even learned how to pitch differently, stand out differently. I had to take out my laptop. I design things so fast, right? I can just give me your that one. So I will erect all the walls in that floor plan, and then this is how your house will look like. Like the chef cooking in front of you. I was just doing that. That was
just learning on the go. Right?
Yeah, learning on the go. I was in that industry for about 2 years plus, going to 3 years. Then COVID happened. Then that's when I like, oh no, that's going to be a problem. So then I had to transition out. So by the time when I met him, the initial time, I kind of know how to pitch. I have a rough idea of how the business is really. So it was, I would say, a lot of charisma and a lot of character to enroll somebody. It does, if you're not trained in enrollment, right, you're screwed.
But I guess you bought into an idea.
Yeah, I was born into the
Then you just pass on that idea.
Yeah.
And you got it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think I kind of enhanced the idea. I was like, you know what, this business,
Really, yeah. I remember, yeah.
it was bad, man. It was bad compared.
We can't help being salesy with the things we love, right?
Yes, of course.
Natural.
Yeah, agreed. And I think that that followed through all the way until I became president in the company. And I think, I believe you need a certain level of charisma. Yeah, you can be introvert and have charisma. That's the irony, you know. I think
There's a term now, right? Where they say introvert and extrovert.
Is
There's
it?
like
Ambivert.
yeah, something.
is it ambivert? Is it ambivert?
Cameraman say ambivert.
Ambivert.
because
I never heard of
they're
that.
both. It's a new term because I think everyone's kind of like that.
So I guess I'm an ambivert then.
I think it's a Gen Z team.
Is it? I'm a Gen Z.
It's what? Cameraman say no.
No, it's a millennial thing. Oh, it's a millennial thing.
Oh, shit.
You know what's interesting is that today we just found out that I mean, we both were in production. So actually in '99, after the whole bumming around and trying to figure out what I want to do with my life, I only had $10 left, and I was still not panicking. Don't know why, but then the next day I met this old friend of mine. He's an ex-model and turned director, and then he said, you want to do a job for me doing some styling for commercial. I have no idea what that is.
Yep.
So I just went straight into it, and before I know it, I did it for 18 years, from styling to art direction.
For 18 years.
Yeah. So that's when I became, actually, in a sense, I didn't work for anyone because I set up my own small company, and learning to, I guess, present my work, and every job is different, right? And not having anyone mentored me before, because most people I've mentored a lot of others, that work under me. But I didn't. I think in that sense, that lone wolf thing, I understand, which is why I am Spray.
Yeah.
Spray is always like looking out of the box, but still having to work within the box.
Straight unorthodox.
Yeah, in a way a rebel, but understanding what I have to do to get there. I was also more extroverted, or rather I only talk when I need to, or when I'm comfortable.
So you're ambivert lah.
I guess that's what it is. I finally have a term now.
Listening to you guys make me feel like old man.
So what?
Are you ready for 40 years of stuff? No.
Now I'm curious.
When I was 25, it was 1986. I just graduated with a degree in political science.
Wow.
I was ready to take on the world, but the world was in recession.
Wow.
So the first thing, go get a job.
Uh-huh.
I cannot forget that. I was prepared to go to the prison to work because all the job employment. If they give me a job in a prison, I'll take it. If they give me a job in a teaching profession, I'll take it. But I accidentally got a job as a journalist.
Okay.
With the Swiss Tan, for which I'm forever thankful. So that got me started, right? But at that point in my life, I think we are a picture of contrast, right? While you were exploring, my mind was set. While you were introvert, I consider myself extrovert. While you don't work with people, I consider myself born to be politician. Because right through student days, I was already active, and I'm not the one who will let and see things happen. I will go and kepo and do something about it.
Yep.
So from my young days, from the books I read, in my life, one day I'm going to have a big life. I'm going to be someone important in politics. I was serious, right? A lot of my friends until today, hey, weren't you supposed to go into politics? I gave that up a lot. The other idea I had was, I think I'm going to go into business. Yeah, I want to be rich. Because if I'm rich, then I can be in politics in an incorruptible way. So the question is, that was what I believe in. But in the course of life, it's not as fast as you guys. Within a few years, you change, right?
Yeah.
I think in those times, things change a bit more slowly. It took the next 10 to 20 years for me to first give up my political ideas. I can't change the world through politics, because politics change the people that I hero worship. Everyone go up and come down, no, I don't want to be like them. Because you're going to sell your soul, you sell your principle and still look good. No, I don't want to be hypocritical. So I gave that up. as for business, after Straits Time, I got to be a business analyst, right?
Yep.
I work in the stock market. So I analyze business for a good salary. And I said, oh my God, I don't want to be in any business because
You were analyzing what? Sorry again.
businesses. I was in a financial pages of Straits Times. So I get to interview businessmen.
Okay.
I get to report on businesses. And one thing I realized is, it's damn hard to make it in business, you know? Because most people fail and they lose everything.
Yeah.
Even those people who succeed, they will still lose everything because I've seen successful companies gobble up, right? I said, no, I'm not going that way. This is life.
So you were only analyzing the businesses that was around and all that. Do you analyze like anything else like gold or stocks or anything?
Well, I was subsequently in the stock market, right? But that's another shit, right?
Later.
That's when I quit on the job that I don't believe in anymore. Then I went to the stock market, right?
Yep.
So it's in the stock market, I'm more on the research side.
Yep.
I'm the one studying trends, visiting companies, interviewing. That's what I mean by I analyze businesses.
Wow. Okay.
And I discovered that most businesses fail. And when they fail, you lose everything and more. Even the money you never had.
Yep.
You know, I don't go there. I'm a middle class guy, but at the age of 40, I'm a middle class guy with some money in my bank and I don't want to lose it overnight. So unlike you, entrepreneur is not the way.
Yeah.
Very scared, like they say Singapore kiasu, right?
Yep.
Okay, champion.
Okay.
I'm afraid to lose, so I don't take risks. Right? So right until the age of 40, I kind of got lost and just say, hey, is my life just, well, I was good at my job. I worked very hard, very long hours. But is that all there is to life? I never gave up that I wanted to have a big life. To just live beyond myself, not just take care of myself, because that's so small, right?
Yep.
And until at the age of 40, I found something. And that's where I bit. So today, we don't need to get into politics to make a difference in the life of others.
Yep.
You just get to get into a platform, a social platform, a platform that involves others, and you can begin. So you don't need to change the law, you don't need to change policy, you just change people's life one at a time. And that's what I'm happy to do.
Okay, before we go to the next question, I got a question. Is gold going up today?
After 18 years of working freelance but running a small company, actually I went reverse because at 50 years old, I felt that I was doing really well, but I was very tired.
Yep.
I think my health wasn't that great at that time. Chronic fatigue and all that because of the long hours. So then I did the reverse. I actually shut down my small company and went to work for someone else. And that was the biggest mistake I ever made in my life. Yeah, because I actually wanted to go into understanding well-being and helping people. But it took a toll on my own well-being because I think it was too structured to my own good. And so I actually, and then COVID came. So,
Yep.
and then as we all know, so it was a interesting but weird time because for once, I felt lost at around 52 years old. But the only good thing is I finally got married.
Yep.
That changed everything.
Yeah, and I got encouragement. And actually, I really have to thank my wife because it was through her that I got to know about this business as well, and doing something that can really change people's lives. And in the beginning, I was also a bit concerned because I always think I'm not a salesman. But then when you really think about it, every job you do, you're a salesman. Because it's selling something, right? Whether it's a design, whether you're
The first job you got, you sold yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, but then I realized that it's just been authentic and honest about how you present yourself, correct? And everything starts flowing as well. And that obviously seeing changes in people's lives and my own life will help me to believe in creating this kind of platform for helping people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deep. Why when after talk is very deep?
Right.
I was like, oh no, yeah, okay. And then you slowly dive into it, and I was like, okay.
But change only happens when you have opportunity, right? Of course, when the opportunity shows up, are we ready? I remember I've always wanted to go into business, and then I got scared about it. And why I want to go business? Because I want to be my own boss. I don't know, anyone feel that way? I want to be my own boss.
Yep.
But the first thing I need to do is go get a job.
Yeah.
So I stay in a job and another job, and then along the way I really got fed up, right? I'm looking. And someone came knocking on my door and just say, I've got something for you. So that's the opportunity.
Yep.
Was I ready? Or I was ready. So for me, there was no change. There was just finally finding the opportunity. Right? Because the original business idea I had needed someone to open the door to me. My young man's idea was, I'm going to own a chain of coffee shop hotels all across Malaysia, you know. But first, I got to know an uncle who owned one of them.
Yep.
I never got to meet such a person, and no one ever opened the door, so it never happened. So at the age of 40, someone knocked on my door and just say, I still remember what was said to me. Hey, the market is very bad. That's the stock market we were working in. Right? The market is very bad. Business is so lousy, right? Let's go into business. Oh, what with you? I don't even like it. But I can say that, right? Read this book. Say, wow. So I'm so glad that I didn't reject her simply because I didn't like her. Because I know better that I was actually desperate for change. So I read the book and yeah, my life changed. It's interesting.
I found one of your statements interesting. Like before you actually jump into business, you should actually get a job. I think that's something that people don't really align with. A lot of people don't actually align with. They think they can just hop on and become an entrepreneur ASAP, but they don't even know the.
I think it's because you live in a different era.
Yeah.
Because I think the young graduates coming out of school have good parents with a house. You don't have to survive, right? We were all like at least 40 years ago, okay?
Yeah.
I mean, there's no provision. You just got to go out there and survive. How do you survive? You got no capital to your name. You got nothing. You got to go look for a job and start saving. Right? That's our time.
Yeah.
Entrepreneurship, that one can wait until I have the capital, right?
Correct.
Also, we don't have the low capital entrepreneurial ideas today.
Yep.
So it's a different time.
Yeah, I actually align with that idea quite a lot. In fact, right now, maybe back then was you need capital to start the business, so you have to get a job and all of that. I also think partially is because of experience. What I also believe, right, is if you're gonna run a business, right, the jobs right now, right, are not to actually be there for you forever. The job is to get you up and running, get your savings up. But how are you gonna save in this current time, you know? So, but I think it's more of experience. The discipline that you have going to work, the idea of taking MC but not actually taking the MC, the idea of going overtime and all of this. I believe that all of these matter in entrepreneurship because people I feel that there are a lot of small businesses like we're talking about, maybe clothing brands and all of this, right, fail at the start is because I want to be my own boss. Let me run it the way I want it to run. I can open whatever time I want. I can start doing work whatever time I want. And I think that's one of the main factors of the reason why businesses fail back then for them. You know, they lack the discipline of being an entrepreneur. I think the term entrepreneur is very misused right now in this current time. Oh, I'm an entrepreneur. What do? I'm self-employed. I do freelancing. I'm like, yeah, okay. So what do you do? You know,
entrepreneur, this is something new, never done before.
Yeah, you know, and that's the thing. And I'm like, everyone likes to hop on the idea of being self-employed because they have no boss. But a lot of them don't actually have the character that's built up for them in order for them to be self-employed or freelance, you know.
I feel like you're talking to me.
No, I'm not indirecting. I'm not indirecting.
Exact words that you're talking to me.
Yeah, and I feel like if you're gonna be self-employed or if you're gonna run a freelance company of sorts, you need to have the most thorough discipline that you could have, because if not, I think you will just screw yourself over throughout your whole entire business.
Actually, if you're an entrepreneur, you're actually on your own, right?
Yeah.
And you don't just mind one or two things, you mind everything.
Yeah.
I remember a guy who said he loves coffee. He's a barista. I love being a barista, but I made a mistake. I opened a cafe. He likes doing coffee, but he don't like everything else. So if you're going to be an entrepreneur, you got to actually get into everything, right?
Yeah, of course.
I know from my work, most people fail in business. and partly because nowadays when people set up a business so easily, most people fail because they don't stick around long enough.
Yep.
How many people don't finish what they start?
A lot.
How many people give up in 6 months?
A lot.
Right? Especially when you don't have much to lose.
Yes, of course.
Easy come, easy go, right? But let's say you had to open a business with 2 million, which I never had, right? But let's say you had 2 million, you put 2 million in a business. How hard will you work before you give up?
Oh,
Very hard.
very hard.
2 million.
Yeah, like
You will
really.
not give up, right? Until the bank chase you out,
Yeah.
until the landlord chase you out, right?
Of course.
So I think the asset like low capital.
Okay, so when I was an interior designer, right, I actually knew how to run an interior designing business because I was there for 2.5 years. I seen how my boss run it. I seen how their finance actually work, how they actually collaborate with suppliers and all of that, and how they actually get sponsors and all of that. I think this actually benefits if I do want to open an interior designing business one day. A lot of people I've seen nowadays, right, who are working in full-time jobs in retail and all of that, I've always asked them this one question. The ones that are in actually my business right now. Do you do retail that long because you wanted to open your own business like clothing line or anything? And almost 90% of them say no. It's just a job that I'm just hopping into. And I think that's scary. Yes, it's stable. But it can be unstable anytime, you know. So
Disappear anytime.
yeah, it can disappear anytime. Anybody get just fired or retrenched, you know, per se. And I will always believe that if you're gonna run a business, right, you're gonna do the job that do the initial job that reflects on the business that you're gonna do. It will give you a lot of experience and knowledge and all of that. Packaging, you know, and stuff. I think that helps the business a lot more.
You know what's interesting? Okay, I've been doing this production line since 2017, 18. How long was that? 9 years. 8 years.
9 years.
Yeah. So I was in ITE. I was doing filmmaking. So at that point of time, I thought was like, okay, I'm gonna go out from this school. I'm gonna do a production. I'm gonna be the gaffer. I'm gonna be the, what do you call the cameraman? I forgot what the term is. DOP. Yes, director of photography. Everything. Okay. Wow. Then the pay was good really. The pay for DOP 3-4K per shoot something. Yeah. Oh, it's very good.
Yeah.
You just be the camera guy, and then the PA will help you carry the thing.
Wow.
Yeah, very nice. But I thought that was gonna be my line of work lah. But as years goes by, right, I did weddings. I thought wedding was nice, but it was so stressful to work in an environment where everyone is just moving around, and then the client want this, want that, want this, want that. Oh, I don't like that. And then I move into doing shoots for photography. So at first I was doing photography, videography, then I do photography. And then I was like, photography also too boring. Too boring. Then after that, okay, then suddenly the partner that I was talking about suddenly asked me, you want to be my editor now? And okay lah. It was something new that I was going into, because last time I did was a film or a short videos. But this time I'm doing for social media, which is another different game.
Even shorter.
Apparently. Yeah, apparently. I thought it was like, the fundamentals are the same, but it's a different kind of way to edit instead of a film. So
Structure's different.
the structure is different. Yeah, it's very different, and everything is like, it's the same fundamental but different. So in the future years, okay, we did all the social media. It was booming and everything. Got paid for everything. And then we go into business, B2B. So we did social media for them. And then, you know what's interesting is, even after I have stopped for like 3 years already, right? 2 years already. Is it 3 years to 3 years to 2 years already? The hobby still is there. So what I'm trying to say is, having a platform, like what you said, having a platform that has that business opportunity to earn money and also do your hobby, which is what we are currently doing, is very interesting because
Make money doing what you love.
correct. And that a platform allows me to do the thing that I love also. So I'm doing two things at once. I think this is very interesting that a lot of people need to know, because that platform that you want to choose, make sure that it's something that is gonna make you happy. It's gonna make you stressful for sure lah. Like this, but it's gonna make you not regret in the future. I think regret is the thing that we should not have.
Yep.
Yeah. Maybe in the future, like, I regret doing this. I think in the future years, I won't say, oh, I regret doing this. It's fun. It's fun to work here.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Let's 1 minute. Anything you want to add on?
Yeah, I think I agree with what you say, especially because even when I was doing production, I was still looking for other areas of interest that I think creates a different aspects of the creative aspect of what I liked, which is also the idea of straying into different areas. So I also wrote for magazines, and then I did fashion again, my own terms, my own line. I did fashion shows and all that. So it was a very full experience, and it's very difficult for me to actually explain to other people like how to do these things because I think it's from observation. And that's when I realized that after that, when I quit everything to actually work for other people, I noticed that the one thing that instead of learning about entrepreneurship and what to do, it's actually what not to do. It's because I see that there's a lack in communication and clarity.
Yep.
Like your vision and mission, if you don't know that and stick to it, then the whole entire people that are working with you wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Even if they're really good.
Yeah.
So
agree.
so I think that's what it is. It's not about just leading, but it's about being clear about what should everybody be doing.
The vision.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. So this is why I mean, like, what we do, we know the vision.
Yeah, correct.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's one of the good things about this platform, where they give a lot of vision for us to see. So that, we can be this, we can be that. I think that is one of the important things that some entrepreneurs or bosses don't have. I've met a lot of businessmen where they want to do this, they want to do that, but the person that be working below them is not feeling it, like not seeing what he wants. And they are always coming to work like, shit, another day at work.
You know why? Because they're taking a paycheck.
Yeah.
That's
The other thing about the platform we share and what's out there is this business begins with a vision. No vision, no go. But every business out there begins with money down. And they put the money down, I can make a lot of money. So they put money down. Then you become a slave of that money. No need vision, just go make money, right? But over here, it's not money down. It's vision up first. And that's why. And vision has to be communicated in words. So first you have to think it, then you communicate it. That's why you're forced to communicate, right? Correct. If you don't communicate it, you go do by yourself. When you do by yourself, there's nothing.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's the reason why I also didn't take a full-time job. One of the reasons why I actually never take a full-time job, because it was nothing in the scope of what I wanted to do during a period of time. I was more than happy to take a lot of different part-time jobs to just experience that, finding myself, the version of finding myself. It was good. Yes, during the period of time, I was willing to do whatever it takes to just for me to get money, so that I get paid. But then it was completely different when I'm put on the spot where you don't get paid until you show what you can give. Then I'm like, okay, you don't get paid, so I need to show. What do I need to show? What can I put to the table every single time? I think over time, when you start to run business, right, we start to not. I think the more important thing is not what we can also put on the table as leaders or so on and so forth, but we also sometimes have to be very good students. I think it starts from there. Being great students to becoming great teachers.
You can't lead until you follow first.
But everyone wants to lead. Everyone wants to lead. Then when you're put on the spot where somebody asks you, how do we do this? How do we rectify this? How do we solve this? Then everyone goes, Yeah, good point. Then they get stuck. And that's where I think people stop asking themselves what can be done better for themselves, not only for themselves, but in businesses or such. And I think that's a problem. They kind of, when I ask people, I hate when people say I don't know. They're like, go get the answer, man. Like seriously, like really, I hate it. It's like,
Consider.
let me consider.
A better word for I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Then pause. Or they instantly just point blank shoot themselves in the head and say I don't know. And to me, when you say I don't know, right, it's like shutting off your brain. Think I just give it all the thing.
It's a good thing that you didn't work at Afro time because it was boring. That's boring. Yes, the pay is good, but it was boring. It was boring.
I think working is important to observe. I think it's even more important to observe yourself. Because then you know exactly what you're gonna say.
It's actually true. To understand anybody else, right, you first need to understand yourself.
Yeah.
And then you can understand your other people a lot better.
Correct. Because sometimes we have preconceived ideas and then you just reply that way. But actually, we look back, our perspective is always based on our prejudice or our preference. But what if it's beyond that?
Self-awareness not the same as being self-focused.
Yeah, correct.
Self-focused, I know what I want. Self-aware is I know my limitation
Yeah.
and I know my strength.
Yeah.
Interesting you said about everyone wants to be a leader.
Yeah.
Over life, in our experience, we know, right? Everyone wants to be a leader. But the best leader is first a good follower.
Yeah.
And then if he knows how to be a good follower, he can inspire other people to follow, right? So how do you learn if you don't follow?
Yeah. Correct.
That's a good way to end off.
Yep.
You were a good follower in all your first few jobs because you follow, you watch. You watch, you copy, and then you think, right? You were following because you were not in the leader seat, you were just there. So, and then you pick up along the way. Then after that, you can run your own business.
Okay, this one bonus clip. Bonus clip.
Yeah.
Bonus. I think I was not only a good follower. I think this is a trait that I have. I will always compete. How do I be better than that? Then I always, I will just change gears every single time. No, okay. I realized by changing gears also sometimes you screw yourself over, too much. How do I be better than this person? Okay, I'm gonna do slightly different from this person. And then you realize that
That's what we always think about our bosses. Hey, I can do a better job. I can say better. It's a good natural instinct. Right. It's just how you channel it.
I think everyone, I wouldn't say needs to have that, but if they have it, I think
Yeah.
Agreed.